adds a fifth section for dogs designated or approved by the county librarian or branch manager for use in Mendocino County Public Libraries to participate in special reading library programs which are utilized to help children read, et cetera, et cetera. So this just adds a section and modifies that. So any discussion further on this item from the board, or I await action?
Sure, if there's nobody in the audience wanting to address the issue.
Any public comment on this issue of special allowance of dogs in the library system for special reading programs? Okay, seeing no one step forward, back to the board for further discussion or action.
Mr. Chairman, I'd introduce and waive the reading of an ordinance amending section 14.20.010.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded by Supervisor Smith. Any further discussion on the issue?
Will this work for cats too?
No.
We're discriminatory towards felines. Okay, hearing no further comments, a call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Thank you, Ms. Lightbody. Passes unanimously 5-0.
Thank you very much.
He is here. I didn't see you behind the podium. I'm sorry. Item 7E, presentation by the Chief Building Inspector regarding implementation of the new 2007 building codes, sponsored by the Planning and Building Services.
Good afternoon to the board. I'm Chris Warwick, Chief Building Inspector for the County of Mendocino. In July of 2007, the California Building Standards Commission adopted the 2007 California Building Codes, mandating the enforcement of those new codes by all jurisdictions in California. Previously, building codes were based on the 1997 Uniform Building Code. Now, the 2007 codes are based on the 2006 International Building Code. Therefore, the format of those codes has changed with new code requirements and additions of new codes. You have a copy of some of the significant code changes, and I would like to summarize about 3 code changes that are most significant, resulting from these new mandated building standards. First, I think the Chapter 7A is adopted by the State Fire Marshal, materials and construction methods for exterior wildfire exposure. New buildings, new additions to buildings built on or after January 1st, 2008 will have to have ignition-resistant siding or non-combustible siding, windows, double pane with one pane being tempered, or be tested to meet a 20-minute rating. Decking will have to be ignition-resistant or non-combustible, and there will be no E-vents at this time, and the E's will have to be protected. Those new buildings under Title 24 will have to meet those requirements. Homes built under our regulations for limited density rural dwellings and manufactured homes or mobile homes built under Title 25 will not have to meet those requirements. Secondly, we have snow loads now in Mendocino County. According to the new code, we have snow loads that are determined in the code. If you were to take the 101 corridor, anything to the west of that 101 will have a snow load if you're over 800 feet. If you're over, I believe it's 2,300 feet, you'll have to have a site-specific case study done to determine your snow load. Any structure built to the east of 101 will have to have a site-specific case study done to determine that snow load. I believe that is going to be really hard to ask the applicants to come up with that snow load. I'm currently working with IS to get all the elevations in the county. I will be also working with other counties to come up with snow loads for our county so we don't have to ask each individual to do that. And the third item is the code now requires that if you have a footing to support your structure, that a soils report is required. That is unless the building official has adequate information from a previous soils report that near that area, I can accept that. Once again, I think that's very difficult to ask somebody that's putting a 100 square foot addition on their home to go get a soils report that could cost $5,000. I'm currently working with County Council on coming up with the building ordinance, and we should have that soon. In the meantime, I'm going to use an internal policy, excuse me, to not require soils investigations for dwellings of light frame construction, unless I find or my staff finds questionable soil. Is there any questions?
Yeah, I think we're going to be here a while. Supervisor Finches to start off.
Well, first of all, this siding issue, does that basically eliminate people using redwood siding or redwood decking? I mean, are we trying to cut out our last remaining timber industry around here?
There are some redwood sidings that have been approved by the State Fire Marshal's office. You can go to the State Fire Marshal's site and find products for exterior siding, decking, etc., that have already been approved. It's up to the individual manufacturers, lumber associations to have their product tested to the standard to determine if it meets the requirements for ignition resistant. We do have, currently, as of this morning, the Wireline Urban Interface products that are listed on that site do show some redwood siding.
So we have one redwood that only cuts in Willis Redwood Company, and most of the locals just go there and buy their siding. So you mean that can't happen anymore to put on their house or their garage or something? I mean, they got to go through another testing process?
Currently, accessory structures to a residence, I will, through my internal policy, allow, I'm sorry, I'm going backwards here. I'm sorry. Excuse me, I was on soil still. They will have to, they will have to have a siding under Title 24 building codes that meets the ignition resistant siding requirement